It's a trap, you walk right into the hate. All over a new king that's face is just replaced. It's all the same, you still be ruled by force. And no matter who it is, they'll still carry on the torch. You'll still lie, cheat, and steal. Half of what you make. Taxation is theft, it's time to vacate the state. Newsflash, all your cash is an IOU. From killers who really do steal from you. Inflation is a weapon used by every nation who says that they're saving the world through lies. If they disguise and pass off as bravery, well, I got news. Debt is slavery. It don't matter who's madder. A new master don't matter. When they both want the same, the state don't play no games. They got you trying to survive and put you on sides and ready to kill each other. That's conquer and divide. It's all for show or for hyper control.
That's fucking somebody knows all our secrets, boy.
And we're back with another episode of Bonesandtubs. We're here with you tonight. Everything you want to hear and more.
As always.
As we always do.
Yeah.
Before we get started, we do some housekeeping.
We have to apologize, too. We didn't give our boys a shout-out last week. JMY5, guy that does our art. Artist.
We didn't?
No?
Could have swore we did.
I didn't think so.
At the end?
Nope.
The fuck were we on?
I don't know. I could be wrong. I was feeling a certain type of way when I edited, but I felt really bad.
God damn.
Yeah. Anyway, check out JMY5. He does all of our art. I've got him. He said he's going to work on putting together a video of himself in the process of how he does the show art. I was going to edit it for him, put it up, and kind of use it as a flagship to point people to him.
Yeah.
Give it to him to put on his TikTok. He's on TikTok.
Exactly.
It's good.
Yeah.
Friends helping friends.
Exactly.
We're like neighbors, but we don't live next to each other.
No, it's called a network.
Neck work.
Oh, come on now.
Is that too much?
We'll let you guys be the judge. I'm not.
I can already hear YouTube sharpening the band hammer. But anyway, you can find JNY5 on Instagram, instagram.com/ I think it's JNY5 Internet Studios, JNY5.com. We'll put the links in the show description on YouTube, as we always do. And on to our music, Blood the Brave, a.k.a. Kyle Reese. He's on Twitter. He's on Bandcamp. Used to have a bloodthebrave.com. Not sure if it's still up. That will also be in the description. Does all of our music. Anarchist rapper. Straight savage.
Don't stop that hustle.
No.
Never stops that hustle.
Can't stop, won't stop. Not bad boy.
Yeah.
Because Puffy's a...
But I hope you guys all enjoyed the all but state-sponsored cult experience on the halftime show this year.
What were your feelings in your tummy when you watched the halftime show, after the halftime show?
That they weren't telling, like, you know what I mean? Like, to the layman, they're like, that was lame.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
But, like, think of it like some grand pageantry as, like, some sort of, like, you know, high sign to all them out there. You know what I mean?
I feel like me, you, and Mark Passio were like, I don't know what this means, but it's not good.
Yeah, exactly.
They're admitting something to us that they're about to do.
And that's exactly the feeling I had, too. And you know what the funny part is I watched the first half of the game, and normally I don't watch sports, but I was like, fuck it. I haven't watched Super Bowl in a few years.
Yeah.
So I watched the first half, and I got sick of the commercials because half of them were like politically driven activist nonsense.
It's like that song, All Black Everything.
So, well, it wasn't really that, but...
That was a heavy amount. I didn't watch it. I heard it from the other room while I was playing Overwatch.
So, well, and that's exactly what I did. I watched the first half. I didn't even watch the halftime game during the show.
Yeah.
I went and played Overwatch instead, you know.
It's better for your mental space.
Exactly. And then I watched it, the halftime show the next morning because everyone's like, you need to watch this.
I remember I told you, I was like, I need to know what you think of these fucking costumes.
We don't know what's going on in this, but can you give us your interpretation of what the hell's going on in this thing? Because you got dudes with glowing red eyes, and you got dudes with their faces covered in bandages, and you got like cityscapes splitting in half and emitting like bright lights and stuff like that, as if there's something's crossing over from a different dimension. DC
Dietz was talking about the correlation with Saturn. I didn't get a chance to talk to him about that, but I eagerly await the opportunity.
Well, I mean, the Pepsi logo was everywhere.
Right.
You look at the Pepsi logo.
I thought he meant it was ingrained in the the show, it's the halftime show itself.
I'm sure it was in some way or another.
I woke up the next morning to a meme of The Handmaid's Tale because they look like the ladies in Handmaid's Tale.
You know what this shit like it ends up looking like to me over and over again? Do you remember the scene from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? There's the scene where the first time he sees them rip a dude's heart out and then cast him into the lava pool.
Yeah.
And there's like just all this pageantry and shit going on.
Right.
It's like that. Think of it like that, except the heart ripping out thing is just symbolic in this gesture, not literal.
Not yet.
You know, it's like, and that's one thing you could give to the Kabbalists is that they know how to put on a show.
Yeah.
You know,
a bunch of Kansas City.
Yeah, reverse that, please.
I'm going to.
Okay.
But I feel like it's that same type of pageantry.
That's what it is. Like, I think that's where it all is. It's all style and no substance. You know what I mean?
Speaking of the Dark Cabal today, about twice or 3 times a week, I'll get on Twitter to check the trending, see what's going on. I normally miss it, like the good shit. They had one that was like AOC lied, Biden lied, all this shit. People are upset that a politician would dare lie to them.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh my God!
Politicians lying.
Jesus Christ! Well, you think that's good? Just keep waiting.
Well, that does it.
Worse.
It's the end of the Bonesandtubs show, everybody.
Yeah.
A politician lied.
Well, there's nothing to question about anymore. Question nothing. I wanted to see if there was any hot takes on there, and the number one trending tag today, in line with the Dark Cabal and these child raping, allegedly, satanic pedophiles, allegedly, was hashtag National Hot Dog Day, or National Pizza Day, I'm sorry.
Ah.
Yeah. So, somebody out there was having a pizza party.
Well, you know, yeah, I have a funny story. This morning, I woke up, and Tobeans had decided to give the dogs some leftover pizza, right? And and she'd thrown it outside for them because they were outside playing, and she's like, "Here's the pizza."
Enjoy
and
it.
It was funny because it was like getting she threw it and it fell in the snow, right?
Yeah.
So they were like digging for pizza, and like I'm just sitting there making my coffee and whatnot, and she's like, "You gotta get over here and look at this pizza gate that's going on." And I was like, "It was like a dog." She didn't realize it, but it was like a dog whistle for me. I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Pizza gate
Triggered."
Like my eyes just started glowing red, and it was just a bad scene, you know. But no, she was actually just referring to the fact my dogs were struggling to eat pizza in the snow.
You didn't even have time to make it to your gun cabinet, but you still managed to walk up behind her with full headset optics and an AR-15.
Listen, there is a reason my gun cabinet has glass panes in it.
Break in case of emergency.
I've never been afraid of lacerations or stitches for that matter.
I hope you use Ziggy to open it. I swing him like a bat.
I'm just gonna toss Duchess straight into it. Like.
She won't see it coming.
I'm just gonna,
she's blind.
I'm just gonna shot put her.
Oh no!
And she'll be fine. She'll be fine because Duchess is Brazilian. She's one of my cats. If you guys didn't know, I have a blind cat named Duchess.
It's good.
I've had her for a long time. But she's pretty easygoing cat for the most part.
Because she doesn't know where she is.
Yeah.
Ever. Are we ready to get into this? With the, we're going to ease you guys into our topic. You already know what the topic is because you can see whatever the headline will be, the title.
Yeah.
But I got some stories to ease us in.
Okay.
Instead of jumping into the pool, I figured we'd dip our toes in.
Yeah.
And then we'd
get ready.
Then we'd go in closer to our genitals.
It's one of those early pool days, you know, where like right after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, where it's like only about 75.
You regret it most of the time you're in the pool.
And it's only like 11, so the pool really hasn't had time to catch up to get warm yet.
Yeah.
Little frigid.
That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, you just want to dip your toes at first.
We're talking about hackers.
Mm.
So I figured we'd go in with some, I don't even know if you call it cheeky. It's funny to me, but I'm dead inside. The story is titled, "Willie, Let Me Out of Here?" It's a text story from the U.S. Sun. Hacker locks up victims' penises using smart chastity cages and demands $750 ransom. I don't believe that that's the proper amount.
You imagine having to go to the authorities.
I need you to cut this off my junk.
Like, why exactly? Couldn't you have just gone to Ace and got a pair of bolt cutters, done the same work?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't
real?
know. I don't know. I'd use. Here's a picture of it. I don't know if I'd use a.
Oh no! I guess you can't use. You can't you can't use a bolt cutter with that.
I'll tell you, the first thing I would do is go to the fucking lockpicking lawyer on YouTube and write him an email.
You know, I feel really bad right now because my brain went with the look of that thing, and I can't remember the name of the box, but it reminds me of the box that you put your hand in Dune, and you experience excruciating pain.
Oh shit!
And you're not allowed to take your hand out of the box,
right?
Or they'll hit you with that they'll hit you with the gom jabbar.
Yeah,
you know. That's what it looked like to me. So, like, for all you know, you slip your dick in there, and it makes it feel like it's on fire. And if you pull it out, she'll stick you with that, you know, gom jabbar hitter. You know,
you gotta exercise higher thought. An animal thinks to run from pain. You have to prove you're not an animal. Anyway, a hacker has reportedly attempted to trap the penises of people using internet-controlled chastity cages and demanded a ransom. The cybercriminal was said to have asked for Bitcoin to be sent to them before they would consider releasing victims from the Cellmate contraption. The Cellmate sex toy is billed as the world's first app-controlled chastity device. Dubbed the Kiwi Cellmate? The new sex toy is billed as the world's first app-controlled chastity device. It was reportedly used by tens of thousands of people across the globe. The wearer's penis is placed inside the metal tube, which can then be locked or freed from a ring that sits at the base of the genitals. By connecting the toy to a phone via Bluetooth, a partner can control it with the push of a button on a connected app. Tech like this is said to be popular in BDSM accessory. The raunchy device is reportedly used by tens of thousands. Again, I love how they keep repeating themselves.
That means there is a chance you've met somebody who was wearing theirs.
Oh, I guarantee it. You pass somebody to Kroger, it's over.
They got like I imagine it'd be very discomforting.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it would be bad unless you got an erection. I think that's the idea. I saw one on Wish that had a little shocker at the bottom. Like you were able to fill it up with your growth, if you will. But once you got to the end, you hit a point of contact and it shocked your pee-pee. Check out Wish, guys. It's today's sponsor.
I was about to say this is starting to sound like it should be a advertisement for John McAfee. Like, you imagine like
did he kill a guy?
Yes. Imagine like you're like, hello, I'm John McAfee. Are you tired of your chastity device being hacked by people and having to spend thousands of dollars in Bitcoin just to get it back?
Or your genitals stuck in a box.
Use cock lock and you'll never have to worry about that again.
Cock lock automatically locks down your cock if your cock gets locked down.
Mr. McAfee, we just did all the legwork for you. Yeah. Like literally. Like,
I'm pretty sure he's going to kill me one day for the amount of fucked up shit I've said around my microphone every time his little bitch ass thing pops up on my computer. No, I don't want. First of all, I didn't install you. Secondly, I don't want to renew you.
Listen, I know it's bad for me.
Yeah.
A lot of things are bad
All I have to do to stay safe is not download sus apps, and I won't click any side links on a porn site. You know? I'm 34.
It's simple, yeah.
Anyway, according to Motherboard, there have been several victims of the Chastity Belt hack. One person told the publication that the hacker told them, "Your cock is mine now."
Imagine, you gotta say that like, I feel like you gotta do it in like a Russian accent, like,
your cock is mine.
Your cock is mine now.
Sprutzy. Luckily, none of the victims who spoke to Motherboard said that they were wearing their Cellmate sex toy at the time. The hacker was said to be after $750 worth of cryptocurrency. It's unclear how many people were targeted in the attack. The security flaw on a Cellmate app was first noticed in October of 2020. It was spotted by researchers at Brit cybersecurity firm Pentest Partners, who published their findings in a blog post. Remote attackers could prevent the Bluetooth lock from being opened permanently, locking the user in the device. There is no physical unlock. An angle grinder or other suitable heavy tool would be required to cut the wearer free. Bro, I'm cool. I might just be pissing in a cock lock for the rest of my life.
Oh, God.
The flaw found was linked to the smartphone app that connects to the Cellmate. The app communicates with the sex toys lock using API, a piece of software that allows two bits of tech to talk to one another. However, Kiwi, the Chinese-based China-based firm behind the toy, did not ensure the API was secure with username and password, exposing it to almost anyone. Alex said an attacker could easily lock everyone in or out in an instant. There is no emergency override function either. I bet the second model will have an emergency override. You have to say a safe word. It's pineapple.
You see, you know what the problem is? They went too hard on this one. Like when they designed it, they're like, well, shouldn't we put some sort of, emergency unlocking device in here just in case, like they, need their penis to not be entrapped inside of a device?
Yeah.
Like, no. We're going totally real with this. This is legit. None of this pussy shit around here.
Quit being a bitch.
Daryl.
And then he spits in his face and chokes him. And then Daryl.
I imagine the kind of people that invent those things would be into that.
Yeah. He tugs on Daryl's nipple clamp.
He's got like the chain right down the middle.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Imagine yourself like you get your degree in engineering, right?
Yeah, right.
Or software engineering, whatever. Probably one of both, because it probably took multiple people to design this device. And your first commission, they come to you. Because it wasn't the BDS. I mean, I don't know if there's a run-in between the computer tech crowd, engineering crowd, and BDSM crowd. I mean, it would kind of make sense because, like, engineers know how to, like, build things, right? So they could create crazy sex swings and
digital sex toys.
Reverse physics dynamic fucking, I don't know, St. Andrew's Cross. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I'm not an engineer.
I'm not a fucking sadist either.
Or like, Saw devices, because I've been watching the Saw movies, and I think that guy was an engineer.
Want to play a game? How would you feel if you put, just a sidestep real quick, you put your dick in this electronic prison, and you just hear, and you look in your hallway, and there's a little puppet riding a fucking tricycle.
I've touched
your cock is mine.
Your cock is mine. I've attached it to a device. If you do not find the key in 2 minutes, this is happening. It's like the device from the first movie where like it's attached to your jaw and it just like rips it. Like
it has a thing on the end that shoots in your pee hole. What's that called? That frosts coffee?
A fucking steam nozzle, like like that does the milk.
Yeah. I gotta pee real quick. This story done made me.
It's gonna take a minute because you got that damn cock lock on there.
I just sit here and you just hear it dripping from like 6 different spots. I've been wearing it for I can't even talk. I've been wearing it for 12 days.
I think I have a urinary tract infection.
How do you fix this?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, imagine coming just fresh out of engineering school, and that's the kind of shit they throw at you.
I mean, it might be worth it. I'd rather do that than what I do now.
Design cock locks.
Whatever.
You know what? Fuck it. It's gonna make somebody happy.
Yeah.
I
got a more serious story as it's the next step in our inching into the pool after Memorial Day strategy. Also involving a hacker. Did you hear about this one? What's the day, the 9th?
Yeah.
This comes from sfgate.com, business edition. In Florida City, a hacker tried to poison the drinking water. A hacker gained entry to the system controlling the water treatment plant of a Florida city of 15,000 and tried to taint the water supply with a caustic chemical, exposing a dangerous... Goddamn, there's no proofreading here. Tried to taint the water supply with a caustic chemical, exposing a danger, cybersecurity experts say has grown as systems become both more computerized and accessible via the internet. The hacker who breached the system at the city of Oldsmar's water treatment plant on Friday using a remote access program shared by plant workers briefly increased the amount of sodium hydroxide, which is lye, by a factor of 100, from 100 parts per million to 11,100 parts per million. Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri said during a news conference Monday. Sodium hydroxide, also called lye, is used to treat water acidity and prevent corrosion in pipes.
Huh. So, who thought it would be a good idea that you could remote access?
Let's put it on the Wi-Fi.
Right? Like, how much easier could it have made your job? Like, you could literally just do it. Like, that's your job.
Yeah.
How about you not? Like, that's some important shit.
Said it's also found in cleaning supplies such as soaps and drain cleaners. It can cause irritation, burns, and other complications in larger quantities. Fortunately, a supervisor saw the chemical being tampered with as a mouse controlled by the intruder moved across the screen, changing the settings. Which, why would you even have that as a setting option anyway?
Yeah.
Was able to intervene and immediately reverse it. Gutierrez said Oldsmar is about 15 miles, 25 kilometers northwest of Tampa. Gutierrez said the public was never in danger, but he did say the intruder took the sodium hydroxide up to dangerous levels. Oldsmar officials have since disabled the remote access system, which they never should have had in the first place, and say other safeguards were put in place to prevent an increased chemical from getting into the water. Officials warned the city leaders. Anyway, so you just imagine being in that city, taking a shower, and it goes from 100 parts per million to 11,100 parts per million. You're getting
a fly.
Yeah, right as you're washing your face.
You're going to have a bad time.
You're going to have a bad time.
Or just imagine like you fill your dog's water bowl up right on the floor there. Bye-bye, Fido.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Dead.
Because some asshole, who they haven't caught, decided to hack the water supply.
Like somebody that decided to fill their fucking baby's water with tap water. Baby bottle, rather.
Yeah. Some things you should not be able to do that with.
Nah.
That should have been a safety stopgap. It'd be like the same principle. Like you wouldn't have like say you have a nuclear power plant. You wouldn't have that on a system like that where someone could.
Oh, they absolutely do.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. That's where we're at. That's why we're getting into this solar winds hack, because things that they had inside that system that were hacked went unnoticed for months.
So,
and if you look at this, like you said, people should have known better than to put these things out there. Well, we're just talking about water.
Well, I mean,
imagine nuclear weapons.
I think this is like, if I want to talk about the motto for humanity at this point, it would be like, we should know better, right?
Right.
We should know better to have your water plant settings on a Wi-Fi system or on a remote system.
Yeah.
You should know better than to create AI. Trust me, many science fiction writers have been warning us for a long goddamn time.
Since at least, I mean, movies, when the Terminator movies come out, those are most mass appeal. Most people don't read books.
It was in the 80s.
Yeah.
But trust me, Isaac Asimov and Ray Bradbury were warning us. They were warning us about this shit a long fucking time ago. And
How about Ray Bradbury calling out the robotic dog that they have now?
Right? The electric hound?
What's up with that?
I figured, it made me think there's an episode of Dark Mirror where it's like post-apocalyptic and there's these robot dogs running around killing people. It made me think of the electric hound.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same principle, basically.
It's crazy.
We're creating our future overlords.
Do you think we've talked before about prehistoric humanity, like, because our history is a lie? They probably added 1,000 years in there. Tartaria, the mud flood.
Yeah, we talked about it before.
All this hidden history. How many trillions of dollars of cryptocurrency are still floating around in some old system Wi-Fi that we can't get a hold of?
Yeah. Well, we talked about that one dude who has like one or two more tries left on his password before he's locked out.
No, yeah, that's what I mean from the previous civilization.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what I was listening to marfoogle earlier. Check out marfoogle news, marfoogle TV on YouTube. Tell him Bonesandtubs sent you. He was arguing with Dax back and forth because he doesn't like crypto.
Yeah.
And Dax is like, well, I mean, it's fine. Like, crypto's always going to be there.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what if an EMP happens? Carrington event, something like that, all the power goes down. He's like, well, at that point, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, as I say, I don't even think you should be caring about what your paper money's worth at that point.
He had a decent argument. He's like, Dax was like, well, everybody's going to be poor at that point. He's like, well, not if you have tangible things. If you have silver, if you have...
True, but most rich people, I doubt, have really that much, like, tangible wealth. Like, it's just zeros and a bunch of zeros in a bank account, you know?
Right. I'm sure the ones that matter, like Bill Gates, who bought up all the land randomly.
Yeah, as I say, that will have meaning. But, like, even your fat stacks of cash, if you had it packed away.
Like the old zombie movies where they're using it to, like, just burn or...
or just like playing with it like it's like Monopoly money. It doesn't matter anymore.
Playing with these useless fat stacks.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to mean anything. I mean, fuck, even like, I don't even know. Like, you got to think what will become worthy. I mean, will even like precious metals retain their value when like people are starving to death?
I think
you can't eat gold.
No, but it's a tangible thing. You're going to end up... There's going to be a lot lost in translation, but that's in the cities. With supply... With somebody who has a large supply of goods, I'm sure it will work still. Because they'll understand the trade value. But like somebody out here, imagine, you got a farmer like Walter, pig farm. Mm-hmm. If he wants to sell some swine, he's more apt to take silver or something that's historically held its value.
True. Than
he would like you handing him a shiny rock or some feathers.
Well, but the other thing, like, think about like Mad Max style shit, right? Like, the most precious resources they had were bullets,
boys,
and boys and gasoline.
Bullets, boys, and firewater.
Boy butts always retain their value, apparently.
Ain't no joy like a pretty white boy.
In fact, I would go on to say that in the Mad Max universe, them boy butts, the stock price of boy butts goes up tremendously.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything invested in boy butts? I have not yet gone over there.
I invest in boy butt options and boy butt futures.
Okay.
But I ain't fully vested in the boy butt stocks. You know what I mean?
We're not that far yet, but you never know. Did you have an article or anything you wanted to read about SolarWind? I have a small one.
You can hit it.
I found out about it when they were talking about on marfoogle. And he said, like, that system that we put in place when the previous president, number 45, was in there? Can't say his name because it's a fucking trigger word on the tube. We put in this new system. It was like its first executive order where we need to harden the electrical grid. Well, that doesn't just mean hardening the exterior. It means putting in things in place to restart the power grid in case of a Carrington event or an EMP from a hostile zipperhead country. But like I said before, this whole hack went unknown for several months, and it was either, they speculate, one of three countries. The one that makes all the goods that we owe the money to. The ones who live in a really cold area who wipe their ass with sandpaper and ride polar bears. Or bears in general, I guess. Or the sand country that's ran by religious men in robes.
Which sand country run by religious men in robes? There's a couple of those.
Well, it's the one we're talking about a lot in the news right now. The ones that are trying to increase their nuclear power.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Who's to say it wasn't an interplayer? Who knows? But they completely went in and found out all about our systems to restart the grid. So now they know exactly how it all works. They know exactly how to counterbalance it to keep it from working. And to me, if I'm a hacker from a foreign nation or a domestic enemy, and I've got access to the system and I get all that stuff, I'm gonna keep looking. Just my speculation, but anything I could find as far as weapon systems or anything. This didn't even just affect the military. It affected Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah.
Like, they were busy boys. Who knows what sort of damage they might wrought.
It's only just begun.
Yeah. So this is Business Insider. Here's a simple explanation of how the massive SolarWinds hack happened and why it's such a big deal. SolarWinds was a major IT firm that provides software for entities ranging from Fortune 500 companies to the U.S. government. Reuters first reported that SolarWinds was subject to a massive cybersecurity attack that spread to the company's clients. The breach went undetected for months and could have been exposed. There could have been exposed data in the highest reaches of the government, including the United States military and the White House. Here's a simple explanation of what happened and why it's important. SolarWinds, I love how they repeat themselves just to hit the algorithm. Foreign hackers, who some top U.S. officials believe are from that one cold country where they ride bears and wipe their ass with sandpaper, were able to use the hack to spy on private companies like the elite cybersecurity firm FireEye and the upper echelons of the U.S. government, including the Department of Homeland Security and the Treasury Department. Here's a simple explanation of how the massive breach happened and why it matters. Earlier this year, hackers secretly broke into a Texas-based SolarWinds Systems and added malicious code to the company's software system called Orion. It is widely used by companies to manage IT resources. SolarWinds has 33,000 customers that use Orion, according to SEC documents. Most software providers regularly send out updates to their systems, whether it's fixing a bug or adding new features. SolarWinds is no exception. Beginning as early as March, SolarWinds unwittingly sent out software updates to its customers that included the hacked code. The code created a backdoor to customers' information technology systems, which hackers use to install even more malware and help them spy on companies and organizations. SolarWinds told the SEC that up to 18,000 of its customers installed updates that left them vulnerable to hackers. Since SolarWinds has many high-profile clients, including Fortune 500 companies and multiple agencies in the U.S. government, the breach could be massive. Just my opinion, but I like to think they downplayed that.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Damage control. U.S. agencies, including parts of the Pentagon, the Department of Homeland Security, the State Department, the Department of Energy, and the National Nuclear Security Administration, and the Treasury were attacked. So were private companies like Microsoft, Cisco, Intel, and Deloitte. The other organizations, like the California Department of State Hospitals and Kent State University, the Wall Street Journal reported. And since the hack was done so stealthily and went undetected for months, security experts say that some victims may never know if they were hacked or not, the Wall Street Journal reported. At the Treasury Department, hackers broke into dozens of email accounts and networks in the departmental offices of the Treasury, home to the department's highest-ranking officials, Senator Ron Wyden said. The IRS hasn't found any evidence of being compromised, he added. Fuck them anyway. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin, these names though, said on CNBC that the hackers only accessed unclassified information. Lie. But the department is still investigating the extent of the breach. Who did it? Federal investigators and cybersecurity experts say that the people who live in a cold area who ride bears and wipe their ass with sandpaper for an intelligence agency service known as SVR is probably responsible for the attack. That country's intelligence was also credited with breaking into the emails of servers of the White House, the State Department, and Joint Chiefs of Staff in 2014-2015. Later, the same group attacked the Democratic National Committee and members of the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign. Shout out to all them emails. That country has denied any involvement with the breach, and President 45 has suggested without evidence the Chinese hackers may be the culprits. Why it matters. Now that multiple networks have been penetrated, it's expensive and very difficult to secure systems. Tom Bossert, President 45's former Homeland Security officer, said it could be years before the networks are secure again. With access to government networks, hackers could destroy or alter data and impersonate legitimate people, Bossert wrote in the op-ed for the New York Times. Not only is the breach one of the largest in recent memory, but it also comes as a wake-up call for federal cybersecurity efforts. The U.S. Cyber Command, which receives billions of dollars in funding and is tasked with protecting American networks, was blindsided by the attack, said the New York Times. Instead, a private cybersecurity firm called FireEye was the first to notice the breach when it noticed that its own systems were hacked. Shout out free market. Finally, the hack could accelerate broad changes in the cybersecurity industry. Companies are turning to a new method of assuming that there are already breaches rather than merely reacting to attacks after they are found, Business Insider previously reported. The U.S. government may reorganize its cybersecurity efforts by making the Cyber Command independent from the National Security Agency. So really, that's a very whitewashed, dumbed-down look at the whole scenario.
Yeah.
If you read any other articles on this solar wind hack, it is far-reaching, terrifying, and fucking balls deep.
Yeah. So they can basically shut down. They know a lot. They know way more than they should.
Too many things.
Way too many things. If I was a betting man, I'd probably put it not on the bear people.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and put it on the country that produces the most goods. They've been behind some attacks before.
They're also worldwide recognized as the largest, what's that called? Economic espionage.
Or
like the highest in economic espionage. As well as espionage in general. There's also cases going through right now where they're, I think we've talked about it a little bit in passing, but those Harvard professors and like military people who were being brought up on charges of espionage because they unwittingly gave away the highest secrets to the Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, how do you unwittingly send weapons research to an enemy?
It's not, I'm here to tell you, it's not unwittingly done.
That's just the word that they use in every story I've ever read. Unwittingly.
Well, that's how they operate, you know?
That's how the CIA wrote the story.
I mean, not only I feel like they would have the power to shut everything down, but they'd also have the power to turn our assets against us in the first place.
Does it trouble you that we still don't know who created Bitcoin?
It's, what's his face? Guy. Japanese guy.
Yeah. Guy.
And I don't know his name off the top of my head.
It's a fake name. That's not a real person.
Well.
Like, it's pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
It makes it, well, let's all hope that it continues to do as well as it is. Otherwise, Tesla's going to go down because they just bought a huge fucking share of their company is built upon the wealth of Bitcoin.
He also didn't give a fuck when he gave away all that wealth he had with one tweet. Remember when he came out with his crazy ass and was like, Tesla stock is overvalued?
Yeah.
Then he lost
he's buck wild, man.
He lost billions of dollars just from one tweet.
Listen, I don't know what Elon's on, but I kind of like it for real.
I don't know either.
I like him.
I like to think he's from Venus also, kind of like Nikola Tesla.
Or he's from Mars, because that's where he's trying to go. He's trying to go home. He built a
we will not follow your laws.
He built a multi-billion-dollar company for one reason and one reason only: get his ass back home. That's it. You know, he's already talking like they're going to get it there by 2026.
Doesn't it take longer to fly there than that, though?
No. It only takes like...
I thought it took years.
No. It takes like... It's like... I could be wrong. You know what? And I want to make sure I'm... Where the fuck did I just put my... Oh, it's back here. These pockets are far-reaching.
Tactical pocket.
Hold on. I think it's 18 months, but I could be wrong.
Well, that's not terrible. I'm sure he's going to be the one that brings out wormholes, though. We'll be there in 18 seconds.
$7 months. So I was wrong.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, why I thought it was so long. So long and hard, you know?
Other planets, it would take a long time.
Yeah.
Mars is relatively close, though.
Right.
So... Yeah, he's talking like he's going to go there in 2026. And everyone else is like, I think you're off by a decade.
I'm still curious with, traditional science as to how you accelerate in a vacuum with propulsion. Well, whatever. I'm sure
it's rockets, bro.
In a vacuum, though.
Well, I mean, you can... They use... I don't want to get in this debate.
No, it's not. I just really don't know.
They use... Well, I mean, to like change trajectory and stuff like that, use compressed air because you shoot air out of it, it inevitably takes you in a different direction.
Yeah, this is letting everyone out there know that I enjoy talking and bringing things to light, but I'm not a scientist.
I mean,
I also wonder how they do their breathing. It's a lot of canisters of oxygen. They have like a system that recycles oxygen.
Yeah, they have CO2 scrubbers. They scrub the air.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought about that on the way over here. I really didn't know that
I mean, let's assume that all space travel is real.
Yeah, let's assume that we're not stuck.
I mean, I feel like we got to go somewhere with it because, like, I mean, we've gone on the show. We were just talking earlier, Solar Warden and all that other stuff. Like, so we have, like, there's one of two things. You can't ride the fence forever, right? You either have to say we've been to space or that it's all made up.
What if the thing they don't tell you is when you fly up there in a rocket, there's a dude that looks like Ozzy Osbourne, and he's wearing like all black, and he's doing a ritual. And as you fly toward the dome, it opens up in a circle. And you just shoot through.
Makes me think of
closes behind you.
What does it say? It makes me think of how what's his face, the rocket scientist Alan Parsons.
We actually meant to say Jack Parsons. Whoops.
How Aleister Crowley, he was friends with Aleister Crowley, and Aleister Crowley's like, you're never gonna get to space. Dumbass.
Stupid.
Trying to just fly rockets into space. You have to open up a fucking portal.
How are you going to get through the firmament?
Idiot.
Yeah, it's great.
So, like I said, though, you can't be a fence rider with this. You either have to be like, and as far as I'm concerned, if you're saying...
I don't know how you can't be a fence rider, though, because that's a real story that you just told.
What do you mean?
Like, all the stories they tell us about shooting rockets up, right? Nobody questions the fact that they fly over the horizon. And you never see him go straight up and up. Any of those things. But then you got, like, Aleister Crowley talking to Alan Parsons. Strange bedfellows, but really magic is just science.
The only way I could explain the fact that it arcs on a trajectory is because going straight up takes a tremendous amount of force. Right?
I get it.
Instead of going at an angle. It's the same reason they come in at an angle. Because, like, coming straight in, they'll just fucking...
How hard would it be? Let me change my argument. How hard is it to strap a fucking GoPro to a window, film you leaving the Earth, film you coming back in? It's not that hard. It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah. I'm on the side that we've been to space. Now, all the shit we've done in space, I can't say...
You think they had to open a portal?
It's possible, but I feel... it's one of those things where, like, I feel like Elon Musk who's a very candid, open individual who will literally sink his company just because that's the way he feels, wouldn't like withhold information like that. Like, at least to the extent where like that we haven't been there. Maybe he's opening fucking satanic portals, but that's beside the point. I'm pretty sure people have been to space.
Here's my problem with Elon. Well, we talked about this before. He seems well-intentioned. He seems brilliant. You literally named your company after Nikola Tesla. I've not heard him give any lip service to that dude or any of his free energy inventions. He's still trying to keep us on this system. Just because you get rid of, air quotes, fossil fuels, you're still using coal to charge your car.
Yeah. Well, that's because everybody's afraid of the alternatives. Well,
what about the Tesla alternatives that were proven to work back in the 1800s?
Well, I wish we had those.
He named the company after him.
I know, man, and I wish that we you know, when he had the Tesla tower and he shot fucking electricity into the fucking ionosphere and it came back and blew out the goddamn building.
Westinghouse. Shout out Westinghouse.
I wish that we could be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
think about how easy life would be if Elon Musk, instead of like, and I love the fact that he shouts out Dogecoin, but imagine if he just like dropped the instructions on how to make a free energy device. Could you imagine if you just reduced how much of your life is spent buying energy?
Probably. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's all over. Like that's all you're really doing is buying energy,
right?
I mean, think of it in the broadest sense of the term. Everything you do, like that requires you to live,
is energy.
Requires you to burn energy and spend money in order to get more energy.
Even just buying things that you need, like food or
that's
clothing.
what I'm saying. Food is energy. So like,
right.
you're literally buying energy when you buy food.
Well, I mean, you need. I don't know if you could. I'm not saying you can't just produce food. Shout out manna in the Old Testament, but
we are giant wet batteries that require macronutrients in order to survive.
Everything would be so cheap. Even the things we buy, the useless Chinese goods we buy, would be cheap because we didn't use energy to get them here. I'm just saying, cheaper life. We'd be happier.
It'd be great.
You and I could learn to play the ukulele.
Maybe that's what Elon's endgame is. Go to Mars, and then you know what? You don't have to worry about fucking getting your brake lines cut on your way to work.
Yeah.
Or blow up in a car bomb, because when you get there and all of a sudden, oh, hey, we got all this free energy tech over on this side. Eat a dick. Come and get us.
You know what Marfoogle's theory is, and this is not a good one.
Okay.
But you see, like, our boy, what was his name? Bezos. Our best friend Bezos over there at Amazon stepped down from his CEO role.
Yeah.
And he is added to the list of hundreds of CEOs from mega successful companies that have stepped down over the past couple of years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adding to that conspiracy fucking trough. But they're all talking about going into space. Some of them are talking about going to the moon, colonizing the moon, going to Mars. Do you know where Marfoogle's head goes with this? Are you picking anything up from my dulcet tones?
That the Earth is going to be destroyed by something?
Yes.
And they're fucking packing bags before they go?
The rich motherfuckers got the intel. They're heading out. And we're being left here to fend for ourselves. Shout out the movie Greenland.
Is that what that's about? I don't know anything about that movie.
Oh, man, you got to watch it.
It's got
our boy Gerard Butler in it.
What's that movie? It has John Cusack in it.
1408.
No, that's a good movie, though. But it's like cataclysmic shit happens, like Yosemite blows up and like the Earth's plates, fucking tectonic plates go nuts, and it like causes tidal waves, and they make these giant ark boats for the ultra rich to live in during the catastrophe that's basically gonna wipe out the planet.
Well, I've seen that one.
What the fuck is the name of that movie? It has Woody Harrelson in it. He's like a big time conspiracy theorist about the caldera under Yosemite.
Shout out to the dude that was born like 40 miles from where we live.
Yeah, right? So, God, I wish I could remember the name of that movie.
If you remember the name of the movie, hit us up in the comments.
No, that won't do.
After you do this, I've got a...
It was one of those Roland Emmerich, like, disaster movies. You know, like Independence Day and shit like that.
I want to tell you about a couple scenes from Greenland after you do this.
Hold on one sec. I really didn't want the beginning of his catalog.
You must search the entire catalog.
2012. It was 2012.
Oh, okay.
I forgot he was in that
movie.
They build these like super arcs,
Yeah.
that like the ultra rich stay on, except instead in this scenario, they're not going to be staying on Earth. They're going to go up.
Yeah.
They're going to go on a colony on Mars or the moon or something.
Get off the planet. If you haven't seen the movie Greenland and you don't want to hear spoilers, this is your spoiler alert. I'm about to tell Tubbs about some scenes that I found particularly pungent.
Fast forward about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah. So it's got Gerard Butler. He's the dad. There's some sort of weird marital tension going on. Like he left the house, but he's trying to come back, and him and his wife are working some shit out, right? And he's hanging out with his kid. Next thing you know, there's a scene where there's like him out back getting the grill ready because they're going to have some neighbors over later. Neighbor's like, hey man, everything good with you guys? And he's like, all right, cool, working it out. And they come over for this party. Well, his wife had come outside and asked him to go to the store and get some buns or beer or whatever the fuck. So he takes his kid to the store. Well, while he's at the store, backtrack, there's a fucking gigantic star in the sky. Mm-hmm. It's not a star, it's a comet or one of those astral bodies. To me, it was sus right off the rip. They're saying this shit on the news like, wow, you're going to have the closest flyby we've ever seen from this meteor or comet or whatever it was. It's not a big deal. It's just going to fly by. And it's just up in the sky in the daytime. And it looks like it's coming right at his fucking forehead.
Huh.
Just hanging out, right there. But its trail is like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they're going to the store. They go to the store and they're in the aisle buying this shit, and he gets one of those presidential alerts on his phone. And it says, his name, you and your wife and your son have been given a place. Stand by for further details. Like an emergency alert.
Yeah.
So he's like tripping. He's looking around. Nobody else's phone is going off. It's just his. And he's like an engineer or something. So it's something that they needed. And so he gets his kid out. They rush back to the house. He's trying to talk to his wife about it. And then shortly after, the alert happens again. He's at the party and everybody hears it. None of their phones went off. So they're all looking at him like, why did you get it and we didn't get it? What's going on? And then they have an asteroid strike the Earth.
Oh, shit.
And it's like close by. So they hit the shockwave, breaks all the windows. Shit's getting fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Power might have gone out. Can't remember. So he's getting his family together to go to this Air Force base. And there's some drama that ensues with his friends.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Because I imagine if we were at a party together and you got that text message.
Oh, it's all bad.
Yeah.
Like somebody tried to rush out and stand in front of the car and begged them to take their child, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to take him there and then let her stand outside of the military base and starve when they don't let her come in?
Yeah.
And
that's pretty much what would happen.
Very shitty.
Yeah.
So it just details their travels on the way. Of course, there's problems. I don't know how many spoilers you want.
I'm probably going to watch this movie.
They turn his son away because his son has diabetes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they were supposed to be pre-screened for medical conditions, but somehow his son slipped through the cracks. So he's at the military base. He had to go back to the car because his kid pulled the diabetes, like the insulin out of the bag.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find it. So he had to run back and get it real quick. Mm-hmm. And shit's going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Nutso. So he's sprinting through the fucking cars and shit to get to his car. He gets it and he runs back, and his wife and kid have already been turned away, so now they're separated. Mm. And all these people that were there rush the gate, try and get on the planes. It's fucking wild, man. But they call it Greenland because Greenland's the only place on Earth that's going to be safe. And it also fucked me up because if you go back in time, Trump tried to acquire Greenland for the United States.
He tried to buy that shit.
This movie was supposed to come out in the United States in January of 2020, but it didn't come out until December. They blocked it that long.
Because I remember, when he did that, thinking, I want to move to Greenland. If they did that, I'd move to Greenland.
Oh, we talked about it.
Yeah. For fucking...
multiple reasons.
Yeah, go sit in natural hot springs.
Bro.
Yeah. Eat strange new foods. But we'd bring our American culture with us,
Would we? Kind of like the Californians are taking theirs to Texas.
I'm going to open up the first Skyline franchise in fucking Greenland. You better goddamn believe it.
You already know that 50% of the population would love it and 50% would hate it.
Yeah. Well, some asshole would fucking open up a Gold Star right next to me.
I like Gold Star better. It tastes better.
Turds.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I don't mean to fucking jump off the rails, but I learned something from Toe Beans today that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So apparently there's far more nuance to chili and spaghetti than I thought there was.
Spaghetti.
So she used to work at one, right? And there's special orders I had no idea existed. You could ask for your spaghetti you could ask for it inverted, right? What do you think that means?
I don't know. On top of the chili?
Chili, cheese, and then spaghetti.
Man, you just reminded me. I'm sending you a TikToker.
Okay. And
he
then
goes around and orders all these menu items like you're talking about.
And then there's like ones where like you want it, someone asks for it wet, right? They want it wet. That means like you dip the ladle down into the big pot of chili and you like mix it around real quick. And it like, I guess when you put it on, it makes the chili super fucking wet. Like it makes it a wet ass
chili.
Wet ass chili.
A wok,
if you will. Yeah. But then
get a bucket and a mop.
There's the opposite.
Dry.
Chili. And I guess it's you have to like just skim off the meat and you drain as much of the juice off as you can. And then you just put the meat on it. And I was like, what's wrong with just a regular 4-way with onions?
Man.
Okay, because I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that orders a fucking 5-way or orders a 4-way with beans is a psychopath. There. I fucking said it. Challenge me.
Yeah. I can't wait to send you this dude, man. He's been going around and he'll go to like McDonald's and order some crazy shit that doesn't even make sense. He'll say it like the name. It's like, I'm going to make it up, but like the Ghost Whopper. Or something like that. Monster Whopper.
Yeah.
And they don't give him any hesitation. They're not like, what's that? And he pulls up and he gets a $20 fucking McDonald's sandwich.
I've seen, okay, so yeah, there was one like that where a guy went to Wendy's and got the T-Rex burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 20 patties.
Some stupid shit. They can't make me a fucking milkshake because the machine's down, but these motherfuckers know about secret shit. Like, They made a sandwich with every type of meat. It was on a two bun bottoms, chicken, McRib, 2 patties, all this shit, right? And then a sub bun on top.
It sounds too busy to me.
Yeah, it's too much.
A lot of work.
A lot of sauces.
A lot of extra shit going on at the same time. Maybe some clashing, too.
I'm going to need these Factor Cap guys on TikTok to figure that out for me.
It's like, what, are you going to throw a fucking apple pie on that motherfucker?
Don't tempt him.
Don't
do it.
That sounds horrible.
What about that one that we talked about for years? We heard the rumor about the Casa del Rito at Chipotle.
Casa del Rito.
Burrito.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Okay.
Burrito.
Uh-huh.
Your burrito.
Oh.
Wrap it.
It's a double wrapped burrito.
Casa del Rito.
Cheese. Oh, so it's like a quesadilla and a burrito mixed together.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Remember back in the day, remember that time that 2 guys that looked like us that shared the same social security numbers were into marijuana? And they used to like get really high. And we went to that city called Oxford where they had a Chipotle next to a skyline. Like, what if they did a burrito with the skyline, like a chili cheese fry in it, and like a 3-way?
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the General Tso burrito.
Oh, man.
Like,
you got to go to, I think it's Panda does that.
Really?
You been to Panda?
Panda Express? Yeah, I've been to Panda Express before.
Pretty sure they do that.
Huh.
They stole our idea.
It's okay.
Chinese espionage fuckers.
I can't have it all.
They were reading our text and they were like, that's a good idea.
I can't have it all, you know. People are going around using our TM'd catchphrases all the time.
I mean, we're trendsetters.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I just wish they'd hit us up on patreon.com/bonesandtubs and let us know about it. We got to read. Can we do some Frank Castle before we go?
Yeah.
Do you have any emails you found?
Give me a minute. Keep putting my phone away and it's in that fucking pocket.
We got this weekly shout out to our boys or our boy over, Three Amigos.
Greetings, Bonesandtubs tribe. Gents, movie conversation real quick. Many moons ago, somewhere in your episodes, I forget where, Cthulhu comes up a lot because, fucking Cthulhu, not good. And he's fucking everywhere, it seems. You guys were talking about a movie that came out in 2020. Underwater.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
That's a really good movie.
And I go through insomniac moments like crazy for one reason or another. Last night was one of those evenings, and I ended up watching that movie. And sure enough, man, it's fucking Cthulhu coming out of the bottom of the ocean. It's exactly what that fucking thing is. I did a good job of...
Pause.
I don't mean to break in, but it is, like, I looked it up. It's Cthulhu. Like, it's specifically Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Like, that's what it's supposed to be. Like, it's not supposed to be, like, some, like, mush fake Cthulhu.
It's a giant squid.
It's supposed to be Cthulhu.
It's got a knife.
Sorry.
No worries.
rendering him, it was pretty good. And it was the sacrifice ending. I don't know if you guys watched it. I remember, I think you guys had said, no, I'm not watching it. Because it was feeding it. I'm not sure how. I watch a lot of weird movies. You guys want to watch one that's really weird and bend your brain a little bit? I don't remember when it came out. Late 70s, early 80s, I think it was. I ended up watching it. It was just on TV, on cable, late, in some hangover stupor, coming down off of something. It was called A Boy and His Dog.
Oh,
post-apocalyptic.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
A Boy and His Dog. It's fucking weird, right? Post-apocalyptic, like he said. I don't mean to break in, but
that's what we do.
So, like, the boy is played by Don Johnson, right? Young Don Johnson.
Yeah.
He's a horny boy.
Oh.
Like, trapezing across the desert wasteland, right? With his favorite dog.
Looking for pussy?
Who is psychic. The dog is psychic.
Oh, shit.
And can detect horny women for him.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Where do you get that dog?
He just like
PetSmart?
Well, and the dog always wants to eat people. Like
he's hungry.
He's always trying to eat people.
You know how much that raises your metabolism being a psychic dog?
So like that movie is buck wild because like he's always trying to find women to boink.
Yeah.
Right. And hey, I don't want to give anything away. Anybody, you should go.
Spoiler alert from 50 years ago.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie though. If you go out there and watch it, it's got a craziness. Yeah, I'd say like you watch that and anybody that plays Fallout would be like, oh,
I get it.
Okay, I know where they got a lot of their ideas now.
Man, I gotta check it out. I think it's on Amazon, maybe YouTube.
Yeah, because there's definitely some vault dwellers in that motherfucker.
Oh shit!
For whatever reason, the dog could talk.
He was psychic.
To the kid. It was messed up. There's cannibalism all through it. Like it was intense. But yeah, the ending of Cthulhu, of Underwater Cthulhu, was fucking the female heroine does her, I don't know. She does sacrifice herself at the end, but it seems as to destroy the thing. But then again, it's Cthulhu. Can you kill Cthulhu? That just won't make him mad.
Can't kill Cthulhu with 38.
Oh, that's important.
You want to piss him
I need
off?
to get back to that. Sign off piece. One of those. Do you think this is a coincidence? I don't know. You tell me. On my commute to, I don't know, build a beer factory, whatever the fuck this is. I don't know. I drive by the State House every morning here in blah 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 place. Directly across the street is ABC Columbia. You know, Project Mockingbird, Puppet, ABC.
Shout out CIA.
You think it's a coincidence that they'd be right next to, you know, main legislature for the state?
No, makes too much sense.
You think that's not connected?
Nah, surely not.
Have a good day, gents.
Hell yeah.
We didn't have any specific emails, but I would like to shout out Dustin Falk for sending us a series of different crypto wallets that we could try out.
Yeah.
And when we get through that and look through them, we will get back to you guys and what we think is the best one to use.
Yeah, I'm definitely involved in that pursuit. We had a new patron too, I believe.
Oh.
I think we missed it last week or it happened in the middle. This is an older one. We missed it from the 24th of January.
Oh, shit.
Eye on the Ball podcast.
Oh.
Check out the Eye on the Ball podcast. They
Thank
became
you.
a new $35 patron.
Nice.
Yeah, we really appreciate you.
Yeah. So, I think that about wraps it up. But,
It's getting late.
I'd like to thank JMY5 Studios.
Sorry. It appears Ian Fogg edited their pledge to $10 from $5 as well.
Nice. Thank you.
One more time. Sorry. Anyway.
Okay, so
we're all caught up now.
I'd like to thank JMY5 for letting us use like to thank JMY5 for providing the artwork for the show and continuing to support us.
Yes.
JMY Studios on Instagram, jmy5.com.
Yes.
Go check out his artwork. Buy some.
I'm also going to try and find his TikTok and put it in our YouTube description.
Yes.
I'll be putting a video up there of him doing his process soon.
Also like to thank Blood the Brave for letting us use his music on the show.
BloodTheBrave.com, Blood the Brave Bandcamp, Blood the Brave, a.k.a. Kyle Reese at Twitter. He's also on Facebook and I believe Instagram.
You could always shoot us some patronage. We wouldn't hate you for it.
Patreon.com/Bonesandtubs. We have new reward tiers with their new merch system.
Ooh.
So you can set a specific amount, get there's a whole swath of things on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We also have a different merch set up on our Instagram if you check out our bio.
You got TeePublic.
If you're trying to be a TeePublic
Bones
and Tubs billboard.
I'm wearing a Bones and Tubs t-shirt right now.
He is, and a pair of matching track pants.
Yeah. Well, they weren't. I didn't plan on being matching, but
it's nice.
It just happened.
It looks like fluid, like you.
It happened that way.
I'm not mad at you,
but we'd like to thank y'all for listening. Oh, also, you can always hit us up in those emails.
Yeah, bonesandtubs@gmail.com. Don't forget we're on TikTok. I'll put that in the YouTube description. We're also on YouTube, obviously, at youtube.com/bonesandtubs show.
Yeah. So you get a hold of us in multiple ways.
If you can't give us patronage or don't feel like it, you could at least share and like and comment on the videos.
Yeah, there you go.
Help us get out there. Help us in the algorithm.
Because we're talking about expanding the brand a little bit.
We're going to start a video show.
I think, we're going to start a video show.
Yeah.
We're in the market for a green screen right now.
And some lights.
Because, of course we'd have like a logo behind us, but then sometimes we might get cheeky. Like I said, I definitely want like some wildlife, like a Komodo dragon, like between us, like
yeah. I really want to do that one too with Gandalf bobbing his head to that techno song.
Oh yeah, most
that shit's
definitely.
Gangster as fuck.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are.
So we'd like to thank y'all for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed the show, and between now and again, you stay safe, and hopefully you guys tune in next time.
Keep your eyes to the skies. We love you.
We really do.
Fuck the blue line and everything they claim. The cops are the world's most dangerous gang. Most dangerous gang who will put you in chains. Fuck the blue line and everything they claim. You can lie if you want to see me. I don't need, all I need is all I have. And for that I will bleed. For those who'll take the stand, not the one in the box. Fuck the judge in this system backed up by the cops. Dirty ass henchmen pitching pennies out of pockets. If you question them at all, I pull out the rocket. Reaching in the trigger fingers been on the ready. That's why the people are shaking, cause they know that they're deadly. To get promoted, to do what they need. That's why they're locked and loaded, it will put you on your knees. Nah, it don't matter your age, race, or creed. We're all considered the enemy, cause we wanna be free. It's open season and the reason ain't new. It's old as the ways that control me and you. Brat, brat, I back them down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back them down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back them down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back them down with the sound. Here's a list you piss, probably now you ain't read it. Just wait until they cuff your wrist, I bet then you'll see it. Live in your face, tell me how that makes taste like shit. When they mix in that taser from the waist, they pack it to pull it, and they got them to use them, and you paid for it. All the new tanks and guns, new toys everywhere. They're like kids at Christmas, running downstairs with your name on the hit list. Boom, they unwrapped the box and left shells at your door. Then they broke the locks from up top. They'll strike and got you in sights. That sniper's a bitch, it will take away your life. They shoot when they want, just cowards with power, and no different than the ones who took the Jews off the showers. Oh yeah, I said it. Fuck their excuses, they're clueless and useless, and way beyond ruthless. Just jackboot thugs who get paid to obey orders to kill you or put you in a cage. If you don't think it, just do what you're told. Your conscience is dead, you don't have a soul. That's why it's easy for them to murder, rob and steal, cause they're already dead, nah, they can't feel. Brat, brat, I back them down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back them down with the sound. Brat, brat, I back them down with the sound. Brat, blah. I back them down with the sound. Fuck the blue line and everything they claim. The cops are the world's most dangerous gang. Most dangerous gang who will put you in chains. Fuck the blue line and everything they claim. Fuck the blue line and everything they claim. The cops are the world's most dangerous gang. Most dangerous gang who will put you in chains. Fuck the blue line and everything they claim.